Little faster, but that is practical for everybody. 2 hours japa gets over. Okay, and we have just the normal one what you're putting takes 3 hours. The 2 hours may be more practical for many of you, and we chant together. Okay, so you're welcome from tomorrow. Anurdvau Paramanusya.
Anurdvau Paramanusya.
Anurdvau Paramanusya.
Anurdvau Paramanusya.
Tasharenu Strataha.
Tasarenu Strataha.
Jalarkarashmi Avagataha.
Jalarkarashmi Avagataha.
Kam Evanu Patan Aga.
Kam Evanu
Anu. Double atom. Dau. Two. Parama Anu. Atom. Syat. Become. Tasharenuhu. Hexatom. Trayaha. 3. Smritaha. Consider. Jala Arka. Of the sunshine through the holes of a window screen. Rashmi. By the rays. Avagataha. Can be known. Kam eva. Towards the sky. Anupatam. Agar. Going up. Now, after this, I'll read mainly translations so that we get the whole picture. Purports I'll read, but many times there is no translation. So there is the division of time next, maybe 10 shloka. The division of the gross time calculated as follows: 2 atoms make 1 double atom, 3 double atom make 1 hexatom. This hexatom is visible in the sunshine, enters through the holes of a window. One can clearly see the hexatom goes up toward the sky. I think those sometime when you have nothing to do, we are sitting and we watch this in the window. Atom is described as the invisible part. When the 6 of the atoms combine together, they call it Trashraneshu. And this is visible in the sunshine pouring through the holes of a window screen. The time duration needed for the integration of 3 Trashrenus is called a Truti. 100 Truti make 1 Veda. 3 Veda make 1 Lava. It calculated the second divided to 1000. See, Prabhupada has taken as effort. 1000 by 687.5 part, each part in duration of 1 Truti, which is the time occupied integration of 18 atomic particles. So starts here, Vedic time is starting with Truti here, Truti, okay, small. And that is how much? 1000 divided 1 second divided 1687. But can't you appreciate this? They have so calculations and everything, they have a corresponding phenomena which corroborates to the same time, and you can check it. The sun is the central point in calculating all different durations. Okay? Next, duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimesha, and combination of 3 nimesha is equal to 1 shana. 5 shana combined make 1 kasta, and 15 kasta make 1 lagu. By calculation found that 1 lagu is equal to 2 minutes. So Prabhupada says, just giving you an idea. Atomic calculation time terms of Vedic wisdom may be converted to present time with this understanding. So it's helping you out to connect. Okay, there are more things now. 15 lagus make 1 nadika, which is also called danda. 2 dandas make 1 muhurta. 6 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of a day or night according to the human calculation. That the measuring part of 1 nadika or danda, they are telling you corresponding phenomena. Sit down and you can check it. Measuring pot of 1 nadika or danda can be prepared with a 6 pala weight, 14-ounce pot of copper in which a hole is bored with a golden probe weighing 4 masa and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed in water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called 1 danda. So there is a way to calculate. And that's how people used to calculate time at those times. There was a time calculation, these are the phenomena. Inherent advice that the bore of a copper measuring pot must be made with a probe weighing not more than 4 masa and measuring not more than 4 fingers. That is, regulate the diameter of the hole. The pot is submerged in water and the overflowing time is called danda. Another way of measuring duration of a danda, just a time measured as a sun in a glass. Previously also they would put some sand in the glass and see how much time it takes to turn. In even days of Vedic civilization, there were no dearth of knowledge in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Measurement was calculated in different ways, simply as could be done. So as simple, not the complicated things. Yamas, chatvara, chatvaro. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll go to this thing. Calculated that there are 4 praharas which call 1 yamas in the day, 4 day, and 4 in the night of human being. Which are called yamas in the day, and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, yes, and there are 2 fortnight, white and black, in a month. Yes, that's understandable. This is lunar calendar, not your solar. Aggregate of 2 fortnight is 1 month, and the period is 1 complete day and night for the Pitha planet. 2 such months comprise 1 season, 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of sun from south to north. Okay. Then 2 solar movements make 1 day and night of the demigod, and that is the combination of day and night is 1 complete calendar year for the human beings. Human being has a duration of life of 100 years in this way. Influential stars, planets, luminaries, the atoms, all of the universe are rotating in their respective orbit under direction supreme, represent eternal Kala. In the Brahma Samhita, it said the sun is the eye of the supreme and it rotates in a particular orbit of time. Similarly, beginning from the sun down to the atom, all bodies are under the influence of Kala Chakra or the orbit of the eternal time, and each of them has a scheduled orbital time of 1 samvatsara. There are 5 different names of the orbits of the sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the firmament day, and each have their own samvatsara. The subject matter of the physics, chemistry, matter, astronomy, time, was fatal. Above was a Srimad Bhagavatam, certainly very interesting student to a particular subject. But as far as we are concerned, we cannot explain them very thoroughly in terms of technical knowledge. Prabhupada says, I am not a technical expert. The subject is summarized by the statement that above all the different branches of knowledge, the supreme control of Kala, the plenary representative supreme personality God, nothing exists without him, and therefore everything, how wonderful it may be, appear to omega knowledge for the work of the magical hand of the supreme God. As far as the time is concerned, I beg to subjoin here with the table of timing in terms of the modern clock. So you're all used to modern clock. This is so corresponding. 1 Thruti 8 by 13,500 seconds. 1 Veda 8 by 135 seconds. 1 Lava 8 by 45 seconds. 1 Nimisha 8 by 15 seconds. 1 Shana 8 by 5 seconds. You remember 1 Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha service. The Lava is only 8 by 45 seconds. Only that much time. 8 by 45 is roughly like 1/6 of a second. There is no. 1 Kasta 8 seconds. 1 Lagu 2 minutes. 1 Danda 30 minutes. 1 Prahara 3 hours. 1 day 12 hours. 1 night 12 hours. 1 Paksha 15 days. 2 Paksha complete 1 month. As far as the Krishna Paksha. And 12 months comprise 1 calendar year, or the 1 full orbit of the sun. A human being is expected to live for up to 100 years, the way of the controlling measurement of the eternal time. Brahma Samhita affirms this control in this way. Yak chakshure savita sakala grahanha raja samasta shuramurti rashesha tejaha yasyagnayam ramadi samrata kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, the Supreme Personality God, under whose control even the sun, which is considered with the eye of the Lord, rotates in the fixed orbit of the eternal time. The sun is the king of all the planetary system and has unlimited potency in heat and light. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Milidham Yena Tasmai Shri Guru Bhoye Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Ashatu Deshatarini. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Samvasaram Parivatsar, Samvasara Parivatsara, Idam Vatsara Evacha, Anuvatsaro Vatsarascha, Vidurevam Prabhashate. The five different names, the orbits of sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the firmament, and they each have their own samvasara. So now there is the division of the time. And you all could appreciate it's very detailed. We saw the time, the starting with Truti, so small, fraction of a second. And also we have the time of the life of Brahma, which is the highest, as it will go. They will keep explaining. Now, what not very surprising, because we know Vedas are very detailed. Here is a definition of time taken from smallest to greatest and corresponding with something in what we can see. We can always see the moon creating 15 days and 15 days. We can always see the sun making the direction. We can see, we can corroborate. It's not mythological. What mythology here? Everything is given by how you can take the smallest of time and the greatest of time. So time is a very important element in our life, and we have very happy to see the time is taken so much interesting calculations. Now the question comes, what I have to do with time? Yeah, that is for a tamasic person. Tamasic person doesn't have watch in his hand, doesn't need watch in his hand, because he takes as much time he wants to do anything. But as a sadhaka, he needs a watch in his hand because he wants to see how time is going. Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to make his day go cut, and always used to watch his time. He used to sleep only for 2 hours. In fact, Srila Prabhupada's schedule is quite similar. It's the same 2 hours sleeping. And that's the height of spiritual energy. And the body becomes filled with energy to serve the Supreme Lord. Person actually starts sleeping less. Sleeping more, taking rest when actually you're not tired. I was discussing somewhere, what is the definition of laziness? Lazy means who is taking rest when he's not tired. Suppose you're exhausted and taking rest, then you're not lazy. Correct? But taking rest when you're not tired, that is laziness. And it is not difficult to understand how we acquire these habits, just like eat. Now, most of us eat more than what we need, and we get habituated to that. That's why doctors know the science, because as you eat, they're saying when you eat rice, every day you eat more than what you ate previous day, a few more grains, but you cannot quantize, and you keep increasing, and the stomach keeps increasing as you keep eating more day by day. And then if you eat what you require half, you feel hungry. Therefore, doctors, what they do of this fellow, the stomach, and they put some rubber band or something and they reduce the size of the stomach, correct? They put some kind of band, stomach is so big, and they put some band inside and they reduce the size of the stomach. They don't cut it, they reduce the size. Because actually the person's stomach has simply become enlarged. Some people's stomach is very less. They can't eat more at all. They eat, they vomit, they can't eat. The stomach has only this much space. So just like coming back to eating, so you can easily eat more. Most of us eat more than what we need. That's why we gain weight. Gaining weight means eating more than what you need. Just eat what you need. You never gain weight. Scientific, logical. Prabhupada said, why you increase and decrease? Most of the people today are fascinated by a lot of concept, eat, just eat less. You lose all excess fat will be out of your system. Simple. So anyway. So coming back to similarly, laziness in the similar way. Now, how do you know we sleep exactly? You don't know. You get used to sleeping 14 hours. You don't feel fresh without sleeping 14 hours. Just like eating. Just like eating. Some people overeat, some people oversleep. But anyway, our process is Krishna conscious. You keep a watch and just keep running along the watch. Organize your day. I'm going to do this time to this time, this time to this time, this. It's very important. But why it's important? Because idle mind is devil's workshop. So we should not keep ourselves free at the stage when the mind is sick. A Brahmana who is pure in the heart, he is idle and is looking for idleness so that he can be absorbed in the Vedic studies. He has taste for it. A Vaishnava has taste for drinking the pleasure of the Shastra and the holy name. He is waiting for little time. Like Srila Prabhupada used to say, if people can give me time, I want to write wonderful books more and more. Even though he was writing at a phenomenal speed, he wanted to do more, and it was possible for him to do 24 hours at work. But for us, it's not possible. Suppose if free of somebody who is not pure and Brahminical, he will do simple activities in the free time. He'll watch. That's what people do today. They say that to know a man's character, we should ask his hobbies, and hobbies show his character. Hobbies mean what he does when he's free. And what does somebody do when he's free? It shows what is his character. So when you're free, some people watch movies. When you're free, some people play games. Some people watch cartoons. And simply silly, wasting time. And some people, they chant the holy name when they're free. They'll read the Shastra. So that shows a character of a person, what he does when he's free. So time can show a person. In fear, he may do something else. Just like many times, because when exam fear is there, people study. But that doesn't show his character. Now he's in stage of fear. Like Shastra says, Kalo Shudra Sambhavaha. Kalyuga, everybody is a Shudra. That's true. It just make people free. Just watch what they do in Kalyuga. There's everybody, moment they're free, first thing the sleep. Little extra sleep. Nothing satisfying to them as sleep. Sleep nicely. All their scientists also sleep, sleep, sleep. As if that's the end of the world. Correct? Everywhere. A lot of papers are being written. All diseases there because we don't sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. That's all. Shudra, that's the only thing they want. The whole society is full of Shudras, including top scientists. Just Shudras. Only talking about sleep. That's the cause of all the problems and solution to all the problems. Sleep. Because they are Shudras, typical Shudras. The only thing is I have satisfied my sleep enough for the day. Now you have come to this world for satisfying eating and sleeping. Huh? You know the what? Just animals. If I'm satisfied, I sleep. That is not the focus. Automatically people get regulated. So we should have, just like I think even Napoleon slept only on the back of the horse between battlefield. Even Gandhi slept only 2 hours. 2, 3, whatever, less hours. Because anybody gets a mission in his life, he can't sleep. Person who has a mission in his life has no time for sleep. Like Srila Prabhupada used to say, you should just sleep for a couple of hours. When I'm sleeping, I feel I'm wasting my time. One moment cannot be taken away. Anyway, don't try to imitate Goswami's Prabhupada. You sleep your 6 hours. You should sleep and Whatever degree you have cultivated habit, 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours. But anyway, sleep, at least you are fresh. But don't be lazy. Sleep again and again, sleep again and again. So it's very important. Time is going away. Bhagavatam is a very beautiful verse. Anybody knows the verse? Both by rising and setting, the sun takes away one day from our life. But not for a devotee. Yeah. Very famous verse. The sun rises every day. It takes, and by setting, one day is gone, lost. But did I use that day? We should think in the morning when you get up, my Lord, I'm not getting up for your service. For why I'm getting up? So sense gratification. If everybody gets up, the pralaya happens, very interesting. I was observing. And for hundreds of crores of years, we are lost. And then you get up. We are unconscious for hundreds and crores of years. All bodies, the mental bodies are destroyed, lying in the bosom of the Lord. And then the Lord decides, let there be creation again. And boom, there is creation. And we are given birth according to our old desires in a particular body. And Paramatma reminds your desires. And you get up as if in a sleep when we get up in the morning. We immediately boot our system. Oh, I want that. And whole day we keep running it. So we should change this kind of a system. And get in the morning, Prabhupada says the devotee feels ashamed when he identifies that the impetus. When devotee identifies by introspection that the impetus for his activity was sense gratification, he feels ashamed. So when you get up in the morning, make a plan for the day to serve Krishna. Okay, there's a time I'll chant the holy name of the Lord. This time I will do this. This time I will do this. Make a plan, nice plan, and execute it. And go by watch. Yes, this is the time now, the time for this. Keep yourself busy and tight because presently my mind is sick. Like we read in the Bhagavad Gita, mind is the enemy, mind is a friend. Presently, our mind is an enemy, not a friend. Correct? And knowing we are with the enemy, Hare Krishna, and it can easily destroy my life. So what I'm supposed to do? I should be very alert and very quick. Knowing the mind is will destroy my life. It's totally a tool in the hand of Maya to destroy me. So knowing is a sick mind, what I'm having. Mind is the enemy, mind is the friend. At present, it's an enemy. So what we should do, therefore, to not listen to the mind. What to do? I'm listening all day. Make yourself busy now. So there is no time to listen to the mind. And Krishna, plan your day. Today I'll serve Krishna in this way, serve Krishna. And I already told you the best guidelines to divide the day, 8 plus 8 plus 8. 8 hours keep your rest and other activity of the body. 8 hours keep for sadhana, and 8 hours for active service. Correct? So that is an ideal. Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave the division for us. For him, it was 2 hours sleep. For us, we say, okay, I give you 8 hours for sleep and bathing, eating for the body. And we do need, therefore, to see the time doesn't fly away. Time and tide wait for no man. It will not wait. And that life will be over. It says, Turnam yatet anumritu yavat. Before death comes, labdava sudullavam idam bahu sambhavante. The human life is attained very, very rare. Sudullava, not dullava. Dullava means difficult. Sudullava means very, very difficult. Labdava sudullavam idam bahu sambhavante. It is very rarely achieved human form of life. Turnam yatet anumritu yavat. Quickly endeavor before the death comes. Don't delay. Quickly endeavor. Vishaya kalu sarvata syat. As far as sense enjoyment is concerned, it's available sarvata. It's available everywhere. What's the big deal? You have the shloka? Yeah. 2, 3, 17. What is the meaning?
Both by raising and by setting the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of the all good personality of God.
So this was asked to Srila Prabhupada. They said by rising and setting the sun takes away life of every living entity except for a devotee. So they asked Prabhupada, what do you mean? Devotees also die? Prabhupada said, no, they don't die. He's going to live. He says very strongly, he's going to live. That's just a small fragment, like a thunder and lightning. Thunder, dhar, dhar, dhar. It's very painful. When you hear thunder, you get a shock. Sometimes you feel as if you will faint. And then after that, bright light. Similarly, the body, when it is separated from you, it will be very, very painful. All the organs of the body are collapsing. It's very, very painful. Yes. They say the death, if pain is equal to death is equal to 1,000 scorpions biting you together. You're ready for that pain? Why did Krishna design it? Yes, it designed because that will make you serious. Thank you, Krishna. In front of me, you kept such a painful death ready. All of us have to be. But devotee become detached from it. Okay, it's part of life. Krishna's design, everything auspicious. Because that makes us serious in spiritual life. Anybody you tell the most painful in the life thing will is death. And it's waiting in front of you one day, really. And there's no time. You can die after childhood, you can die after boyhood. It's not that only happen after old age. There was one person, one devotee of going to some place. So he was to give address to the small children. So when he was entering the assembly, one teacher commented on the teacher. Why in this age, we have to hear all this? Small children, why you tell about God, death, all this? So when he started the class, he said, actually, I advise you one thing. What? You should take vaccination in old age. Vaccination in old age. So immediately principal came. Why are you giving such a nonsense advice to our children? He said, yes, that's what I think you are not talking. The Gita should be heard at the end of life. So what's the difference? Whole life you live like a monkey, jumping here and there, doing obnoxious activities. And then in old age, somebody tells you your life was a waste. You cannot hear that. Old people particularly are very proud. 1982, I did that. 1994, I did that. 2002, I did that. Then in this year, I did that. This year, I did that. Oh, and I tell them whatever you do is a waste of time. They not like to hear that. Correct? Or any your theory or philosophy which makes him understand is simply wasted time. Last thing he can hear. So it's not possible. Earlier the better. As soon as you understand the urgency of the Krishna conscious movement, we should become very, very serious. Not that we wait. That should not be there. Time will not wait. We just keep flying. And then we do not know what is the situation in the next life. Bhagavad Gita does confirm, no need to worry too much. Even if you advance in spiritual life, wherever you stay, next life we're going to start from that point. Neya abhikamanasho asti pratyavayo na vidyate salpopi dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So suppose in this life, we cultivated Krishna consciousness and we could take around to 2%. Next life you begin from 3%. It's not lost. But material life, what happens? Things become lost. Things become lost in the material life. Suppose you became a doctor or an engineer. Doctor, take that profession. They do MBBS. 18 years start MBBS. So they finish at around 24. 1 or 2 years, they have to get an MD seat. It's not easy to get. So they prepare for that. Maybe 26 years, they start their MD. And that takes another 2-3 years, 28, 29. And after that, again, they prepare for DM, super specialization. There's 30 years, they start that. Then again, 30 to 33 years over. Whole life is spent in studies only. Correct? So now you did all these degrees, but you die after that. Next life, you have to start from nursery. All lost. You cannot say last life finished DM. Can I start from the no, sir? From nursery. But in spiritual life, it is not like that. It's permanent. Whatever degree the soul awakened in the pleasure of service to the Lord, that's awakening of the soul. Awakening the soul, the people do chakra, all these things, not needed. Just look at that's automatically there. You look at how much you are involved away from sex life. If you are in sex life, you are at the lowest level. But you are in abundant sex life, then your spiritual advancement starts. And how much your pleasure of service to the Lord is awakened. That is the strength of Krishna consciousness. The more your strength is awakened, the more you're advanced. The more your strength is awakened, more you're advanced. Correct? It's so fantastic. So, spiritual life is actually a life of self-realization. And the more and more happiness increases of service to Krishna, and that is not lost. Narada Muni says, suppose sometimes it happens that people stop spiritual life after some time. Just like we see so many people, they join the course, within 3-4 days they disappear. Or they join, finished level 1, level 2, they disappear. So Narada Muni analyzed that. So what is the loss? Very famous statement. Taktva sadaravam charanam bhujam hare bhajan apatva to pate tato hari yatra ka abadram abhud amishyakim ko arto apto abatatam sadharmataha. Okay? So he says, very interesting, he says, Taktva sadharamam charanam bhujam hare. Somebody gave up swadharma, all his duties and responsibilities. Charanam bhujam hare, and took shelter of somebody has come. You can sit now. Taktva sadharamam charanam bhujam hare. Somebody gave up swadharma, his all duties and responsibilities in the society, and he took shelter of Krishna. And bhajan apatva to pate to yadi. He was not very mature, not a proper developed consciousness. He fell down there. He could not continue devotion service. So Narada Muni is saying, what is the loss? What is the loss? Society may say he's a useless bum, but spiritually, what is the loss? At least he did something. What's the inauspicious? What is the abhadra about it? And what is auspicious about somebody? So dharma he did very nicely. Abhajata, but he did not serve Krishna. What is the use? Now in society, this is very revolutionary. In society, everything is doing all duty, that's it. And if you have time, you can do some spiritual service. That's how people look at it. Just like when you buy a car. Along with that, if there is some accessory, you can also buy. It's not compulsory. You want an audio system, they have it. You can some wheels, some extra design, one big antenna. You can ask for extra thing, they'll put it in your car. But actually, that doesn't not necessarily with the car. You want, you can have it. So most of the people, their idea of spiritual life is like that. It's a luxury. When you have time, you can chat. The first thing is, most important thing people have is they're doing their duties properly. And they think that is God. Correct? That's an understanding people are having. That is first. But they make a mistake here. In a car, if I'm a driver, what is primary? Is the driver or the car? It's a driver. You may not have money, so you will not drive the car, better eat something. Suppose accident happens, a major accident, but the driver survives without any injury, you consider it is great. Oh, nothing happened to him. That's great. So many times in aircraft, what happens? The big aircrafts are there and they collapse and the driver ejects out. And the country is happy. Okay, we didn't lose the pilot. Okay, much we can buy again the car or the plane. In the same way, so when this is true that the driver is more important than the car, that means soul is more important than the bodies. Now there are some duties we have for development of the soul and some duties for the development of the body. But in society, what happens? More interest is given to development of the body than development of the soul. I'm not saying the other is not important, but I want to fix which is primary. primary development of the soul. Correct? Therefore, now you can understand Narad Muni's statement, which is actually controversial. Taktva sadharamam charanam bhujam hare. He gave up his duties, responsibilities, which are connected to the body. Yakta charanam charanam bhajan apakko pato tato yati. But he was not spiritually very developed, even though he did spiritual life. He did work for his primary thing for some time. And just like we see people, they jump out from a running train, they run out from the course, they run out. Bhajan apakko pate tatro yadi, they fell down. Yatra ka abhadram, what is inauspicious? Because he got a spiritual eternal credit. Because when you work for the primary, for the spiritual part, that is eternal. Body is only temporary. That's why a famous joke is given. One person was making a huge apartment, multi-story building. So somebody asked him, why you are making this apartment? When I finish it, I'll burn it. Then why are you making it? Somebody is making a big house. Why are you making? I'll make it, then I'll burn it. Then why make? So isn't your body the same way? One day, whatever you may do with your body, it will burn. Nowadays, people are very excited for the body. What do? They go, they travel, they go to gym and they run. So much they do for the body. People are very excited that the body should be beautiful, the body should be tall, my body should be healthy. But is it healthy people don't die? I never heard like that. Is it logic like that? In accident, even healthy people die. Correct? And how much time it takes for healthy to become unhealthy? So many diseases today, 1 week they close it off. Correct? 1 week they get closed off. So it's not that nowadays, today, people are very conscious of health. They keep jumping on the road and all. Good health, I want good health. As if that is going to protect you. When death comes, it doesn't wait. It does not wait. True, if you have, say, 100 years of your life, if you are eating, sleeping, mating, everything is organized, you live 100 years. But you can commit a suicide by disturbing your eating pattern. You can disturb your sleeping pattern, correct? Don't sleep in time, don't eat in time. The body will collapse earlier, correct? It's kind of a suicide. So if you eat in a proper time, if you sleep in a proper time, you'll live long. And with the proper rhythm, you'll live long. But your rhythm is not there in this thing. Therefore, people, Kali Yuga, starts dying early because they have disorganized their life. So anyway, so takta, so dharma, so when you give up so-called duty to society, the point is that among the two, spiritual duties are more important. Just like we had the Duja Patinis. Now they were cooking for the yagna and they were all great devotees of Krishna. When the coward boys went to the Yagnapatis, the great Brahmanas, Karmakandi Brahmanas, who were more interested in rituals for some punya, material benefit, rituals of material benefit. When they heard from the coward boys that Krishna, Balarama are hungry, they could not appreciate that. Their focus was not on Krishna. Their focus was on their own comfort. Just like sometimes Janmashtami function happens, we are so much lost with the arrangement, we forget to look at the Lord also. And I was, then we forgot for what we are doing the function. Correct? We should not forget for whose pleasure we are. So similarly, that's what they were having, Karma Kandi Brahmana, they do everything except the Lord. And they did not entertain the request of the boys to give them some kind of a facility for feeding Krishna, Balarama. And when the boys went to the Dvijapatnis, they ran. When they came to know that Krishna, when they came to know that Krishna is hungry, they left the house. So their husbands were stopping them. They just did not care. They walked off. So what is more important? Spiritual. We had the example of Bali Maharaj. Now Bali Maharaj was engaged by Shukracharya in various yagnas. Shukracharya was his guru. And when Vamandeva appeared on the arena, Bali Maharaj actually immediately identified him. My Lord has come. He didn't take time. He's a great devotee. But circumstantially, he can't even fall at his feet at that moment. surrounded by all atheists. And then when Bali Maharaj, Vaman Deva said, give me 3 steps of land, so Bali Maharaj just said, yes, I'll give you. The Shukracharya, a tube light, took little time to understand that is actually Supreme Lord Vishnu. Hey, Vishnu has come, he'll take away in 2 steps everything. You will not anyway fulfill your promise. Say, I never said. So he told Shukracharya, I'm a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. How can I lie? Straightway told on the face. I'm a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And he ignored Shukracharya's instruction. Shukracharya cursed him, blah, blah. He just did not budge. He was fixed in service to Krishna. So which is more important, spiritual or material? Spiritual. Now, okay, isn't it? It's a duty of the wife to follow the husband. But she ignored it. That is material. Serving the husband is material. But when the service to the Lord was interrupted, she ignored it. True, we try to create a situation and the material spiritual duties don't clash, but what to do when sometimes it does? The Bali Maharaj ignored Shukracharya because Guru, our duty is to obey the Guru. He's more of a karma kandi Guru again, not a spiritual Guru. But serving Krishna is more important than following this karma kandi Guru. Done. Now, it is also our tradition to obey the elder brother. But Vibhishana walked out because Ravana had no interest to serve the Lord. He told Ravana, you're doing a sinful activity. And this is Sakshat Lakshmi, you're trying to kidnap. This is sinful. And Lord Rama, you should take shelter. So he said, I can't listen to this. He walked out of the palace. Correct? So that's Vibhishana. Vibhishana ignored the elder brother's orders. So you can see so many situations where material duties and spiritual duties, when they contradict, spiritual duties are more important. Now, we are not looking for a confrontation. Our idea is, yeah, nice. Our idea is not confrontation, but our idea is that do it in such a way that both are done and primary responsibility to the spiritual duties. Our mistake is that we take material duties as all in all and spiritual things as luxury. Then how are you going to advance in spiritual life? Okay, so you have 24 hours, plan the 2 hours in which you're going to chant your rounds. Oh, wonderful. Plan your time of the day when you're going to read today. Wonderful. First do that. The remaining time, fix it after. Because these are the 2 most important things. First thing first. Correct? So do it in that way. So time will not be lost. Otherwise, night, 12 o'clock will be there. Japa is not done. Because you're not organizing your time. It is said everything will fill up. There are enough things in the day to fill up your day and Japa will forget it. It's for people who are not spiritually serious. They fill up the day with so many activities, they forget to chant. Sometimes it does, emergency happen, festival, emergency, that's a separate issue. But see that things get organized and it becomes easy. Okay? So time is very important. And the time represents Krishna. Kala. Kala is represent, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, is by impersonal representation. And what does Kala do? Kala does is that it puts everything to destruction. Correct? Kala moves the whole universe actually. The whole universe is moving around Dhruvaloka by the force of Kala. And at different speeds. And very nice, something clockwise, something anti-clockwise. Vedic Planetarium, very nicely it explains the way actually things are. Jambudipe, Bharatakande, that is not moving. That is stationary. What is moving is, moving parts are not that. Moving part is the sun and the moon. But nobody can understand that. They are so much lost by the modern cosmology. Anyway, so the point is that whatever way, time, don't waste time. Avyartha kalatram, one of the 9 qualifications of an advanced devotee, that he cannot waste a second of his spiritual life. So you see somebody who doesn't waste 1 second, all the time is engaged in spiritual life, we know he's advanced. There was one boy I know, one of the colleges, he was there for us for a long time. Used to hold a watch cartoon. He had a hard disk of hard disk. Generally, I have many hard disks, but that is for storing the classes sometimes. Previously, we used to do. Anyway, so I asked him, what do you do? No, all the cartoons I have. Tetra GBs of, what are you going to do? No, it's not breaking regulator principles. Aren't you wasting your time? Correct? You can chant during that time. So it's very important we understand the value of our spatial opportunity. Uttishta jagrata prapta varan nibodat shurasya dhara nishita duryayat durgam patayat kavayo vadanti. Get up and arise and don't waste time. You got a great boon. You are very fortunate to get a boon, a human form of life. Now make the best use of it. But if you are careless, you can cut yourself and land up in become worm in the stew. So anything can be achieved in human form of life. And any situation we can take advantage or disadvantage. So take full advantage of whatever situation we are in to practice Krishna consciousness and quickly advance so that we can make this life as a last life. There is no guarantee that next life I will practice spiritual life. There is no guarantee. I may have the opportunity, but I may not. This very life we should take full advantage and advance in Krishna consciousness and take the best of association and grow and go back to God. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any questions anybody has? Questions for time? So, yes, Ravji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have a question regarding the Vrindavan trip.
You can buy your tickets. If you buy train tickets, go ahead because cancellation is no expenditure. Flight tickets, if you buy, they're very cheap now, but buy flexi. So in case you have to change the dates, don't lose money. Because a lot of uncertainty has come because of the new virus. Okay? The picture will only be clear in a month. But later, train tickets you will not get. It will not be available. Flight tickets will be very expensive. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, is there a brochure or anything? I wanted to know the dates and.
Date to bata diya na ki 24th तारीख landing, 1st Shivratri we are leaving, 24th. Okay. See, I tell you what, it's around 10,000 our daily Indian infection that we are used to now. Okay. Till I think 50,000 we can manage. Little if it increases 20,000, 30,000 till 50,000, we will manage with little more precaution. Correct? The world is not going to stop now. Word is, I tell you honestly, even you see infection, there is no lockdown. People have got used to live with this virus. Correct or not? Over a period of time. In the beginning, when anything new comes, there is protest, and after some time, we get used to live with it. Correct?
Yes.
Otherwise, so Corona is part of our life for 100 years. Don't worry. Only your children will see a day. They'll talk about days and when nobody wore mask. Right? So those days are not in our life now. That's over. It's not going to go away, this virus. But any scientist will tell you it's not going to go away. So what we can do is that we have to live with it. Again, so we can have yatra with it. No problem, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. A particular level, people will live with it. But in case there is an explosion, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, then, which is unlikely because country is vaccinated already. And at the same time, some people are vaccinated by live virus, somebody by dead virus. Those who have taken injection, you are vaccinated by dead virus. But most of the people got it without the knowledge, live virus. And they are actually having more resistance because they actually handled live virus. Those who handle dead virus, they have little less resistance. Anyway, so as far as I see, because we had just a few months ago, the big calamity. So my common sense says it's not possible now. It's not scientifically also possible a calamity of that scale because already it happened in India. Nowhere happened in the world. So many lakhs of people died. They hit the figure actually. Possibly much more has died. I was calculating in a Shamshan Ghat, there are 10 beds, but there were 50 beds put. In India, anyway, 30,000 people are dying every day. So if 33,000 died every day, should be one more extra, no? Instead of 10, 11, 550. So my common sense shows much more time people would have gone. So already it has affected badly. What has happened has happened. It's not good, but happened. So I don't think there is an opportunity for a big thing to happen even logically. It may be instead of 10, suppose it becomes instead of 10, 30, 40, 50. We will just take a little more precaution because, see, it's not that if you're not going to Vrindavan, you're not going to office, you're going to office. Risk is there. Like we were so scared, we locked our doors. Nobody got it in the first wave. At the end of second wave, our temple, everybody got it. And then after that, oh, Corona, oh, all the fear went away. So now people have seen left, right, center, and their family, everybody getting and coming out of it. Mostly, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100, it becomes complicated. And mostly people don't even know it. So it's maybe 1 in 1,000, it becomes complicated, correct? To people who know, 1 in 100 is a danger, correct? People who don't know, maybe 10 times more people get the infection, they don't come to know. Otherwise, why the Sero survey says 90% people in Bombay have antibodies, correct? How they got it. So anyway, so I think we go ahead with the Yatra as far as my personal thing goes. But the Yatra registration, I will do. Rooms are booked already. 500 rooms are booked. Vehicles are arranged. We have already paid advances. So this all is done already. Don't worry that I have not done my job. I've done my job. But I thought the registration I can do a little later because people will say, why you are not going with the public mode? So I'm waiting. But those are intelligent. You will not get tickets later. Flight tickets from Mangalore is only 8,000 now. You can book, but I'm just saying because of the worry, make it flexi. So you lose very little. Flexi means because that's a deal we've done with that all the people in the Yatra, lodges, everything, that I'm not going to cancel it. I may postpone it. Right in the beginning, I told. And they've agreed to the deal. So Yatra will be there. But in case it becomes 3 lakh, 4 lakh, and not only me, even government will not allow you. Airlines will be shut down, railways will be shut down like last time. If it happens, correct? Lockdown will be there everywhere. You cannot go. Government will not allow a pilgrimage with 3, 4 lakh people getting every day. So we do not know if it peaks, when it peaks, because around the world, there have been 5th wave, 6th wave. So it's not that it's impossible for it to happen in India, which is a bit of indisciplined country. So I think in some sense, finger crossed are there, but other sense, like common sense says, when Mayapur Yatra I organized, it was same situation. Yatra was planned 3 months before. Nobody at that time would even think about Yatra. I just said, let us go ahead, correct? And we have a lot of worries. If some people are saying we should take some extra rooms if somebody falls sick, and you should have some medicines with you, But luckily, not one of us fell sick. And we are back from Yatra. 1 month is over. So nobody got there. We had no mask actually. None of us wore masks. Nothing happened. So if there is some kind of a flare, we can take a bit of precaution. 1 in 1,000, there is chance of a total outbreak. 1 in 1,000, correct? Very rare chance. Then it's a different situation. But that calamity can happen in anything, correct? Your flight can also collapse 1 in 1,000. So I think my common sense says, see, I've done my part. It's very difficult in Vrindavan to get rooms. I got you rooms in the best of the lodge, which is most economical in one place. That's called Fogal Ashram. I have booked the whole Fogal Ashram. So you have good accommodation. Done. Already arranged for your vehicles. Done. Already selected cooks. Done. So all our job is done. So now on your part, I will say you can always book your tickets, and the Yatra expenses I can take a little later. So because people will say I'm going against the wind totally. Okay. Is it fine? Yatra expenses this time I'll keep lesser than Mayapur because I got a better deal. Okay. Hare Krishna. So that you don't worry. Okay. Is it fine, Prabhuji? So we have 4,000 to achieve. What is 1,000? Mangalarti 1,000. Today was 130, 140. So at least all the people in level 3 tell them they are supposed to come. Other people encourage them. Level 3, level 4. Second thing is what we want. 1,000. We want 1,000 sets of books. ठीक है? अरे आयुषी रजिस्टर बाद में हो जाएगा. अपने टिकट खरीद लो ना. रूम बुक है, सब बुक है ऑलरेडी. टिकट खरीद लो. 24th landing, first leaving. So second 1,000 is sets of books. We are doing well. That is, but still 1,000 is the way to go. The third one is, one thing, something I tell you all of is something very interesting. This book distribution, let us make it perennial. Perennial means I anyway don't believe in marathon only for 1 month. For me, 12-month book distribution should happen. So some people can register themselves as book distributors. Every month, I want, just like I can see some people are doctors here, some people are engineers here, some people are businessmen. Every month, distribute 5 Gitas. Isn't it good? And my second request is, don't give it free. Prabhupada was never happy in giving books free. Sell it. Sell it. Give prasadam free. Don't give books free. Sell it. You say somebody, I want to give you Bhagavad Gita, very nice. Can you give me a donation? Something so that I can do it to another person? Great. Let him give whatever he wants. You can do like that. You know, he may give you 10 rupees. Okay, that's it. But something he gave. Now that helps you. Now, if you do book selling, you can actually, everybody, it will not pinch you at all because I give you books at the printing cost of his car. I will not subsidize beyond that. That is stupidity. If you take also that you're a stupid person, don't encourage subsidy on books. It's not good. Never good. Okay? That's a disrespect for the books. People should pay the price. So you got the books. And then what happens? Correct? Aren't Prabhupada books valuable to pay money for it? Or they are so worthless that you have to sell it for 10, 20 rupees? That's nonsense. Correct? So let us take the price of the books. Let the people pay. Encourage them whichever way to pay the price of the books. It should average out. So just imagine, just think about this. I'll make a video on this maybe and share it with everybody. And so 5 books, keep it minimum because beyond 5 Gitas, it doesn't work out for me to send you. It becomes too expensive. So 5 Gitas a month, can't you distribute? We will call book distributor. There are different names we can give you. Sankirtana warrior, something. Register as Sankirtana warrior of Lord Chaitanya. And 5 Gitas every month you distribute. And my request is to sell it. What do you do? Sell it. Isn't it great? Selling a book shows your spiritual power. Free giving, there are Tata Birla can give 1 lakh Gitas. What's the big deal in free giving? No value. Sell it. It shows your spiritual strength. You cannot sell the books easily. You have to become humble. Correct? True. You travel in a train for office. Why don't you take out Gita from your bag? Sir, I would like to have Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, please show me. Tell me why I should have Gita. Explain to him. I've done that for so many years. So many years. I had to travel with the train with the book every day. And I used to, that is the only service. I'm not going anywhere. Just travel and after 3 hours, take a return train. Because sometimes TT may do little too, but generally the show them Gita, they leave it. And then when you are coming back in the book, the people ask, and I have experienced that the whole compartment is sitting with you when you're talking. Some people on the top, some people, everybody listening. And when you end 10 minutes, your small speech, what happens? 20 Gitas go, you feel, fantastic. Correct? So you can always, you have this, keep in your table some Gita. True, you have to depend on this office you're working, it may be difficult. But at least in a month, you meet 5 people who visit you. Why don't you 5 Gitas distribute? Correct? Won't that be great? Little ways, so many ways in the different try to do. Okay? And then we can have Sankirtana warriors. How many? Thousands. Thousands of Gita going on every month. Isn't it great? Isn't it possible? It is even possible for you. Suppose somebody has money shortage. He can sell books and even make a living. I have examples of that. Don't want to, I'll tell you. Some people who have very difficult hardship, they have to maintain their family, but they wanted to join ISKCON. I said, it's not possible for us. We don't give you money. So what they did, they buy books from us and they sell books and they maintain their family. Possible. So you should do not think this book should be given free or for a less rate. That is you're weak-minded. Give this book for a proper rate. So I'm giving a print cost. You can even make margin out of it. Even we can think even better thing. Sell books at a good rate, make a profit, collect the profit together, and in our complex, one building we can make from sale of the books. Won't that be special? That's called business. Isn't it? You sell book. See, suppose somebody is poor, it's a separate situation. He can keep that margin. But some person, whatever rate he sell the books, we can have 2 columns every month. One is called free distribution, called bulk distribution. That also, see, anyway, distributed book, that's good. Sometimes you may give free to somebody. One person I remember, he became such an amazing devotee. His father got a free Gita as a gift. Father never read, he read, and he became devotee. The books are like time bombs. Who reads is finished. So one column will have for bulk, who just take it and distribute free. But we will keep one column for special, who actually sold the books. That shows spiritual strength. So that column, how many Kirtana goes, every month we will have an award for the largest Sankirtana book distributor. Is it fine? Everybody is ready for it? Okay, so let us try. Let us all try. And if you want to compare you individually and all, just look at this. I'll go to show you something now. Just be ready for a surprise. This is World Sankirtana newsletter. Every month, ISKCON has a record of which temple did how many book distribution. But just watch this. Everybody seeing that what happened in Srila Prabhupada time, even now we are not able to do. The devotees were 10% of devotees today. But the kind of energy they had, we cannot match it. Can you see this? Can you see the curve? We are now growing. Corona time it went down. Again, it will go up. Okay. Now let us take, I don't know whether you are able to see. Now you can see. Correct? Oh, and back. Okay. This is for the last month. Asia led, but North America almost made it nearby. Russia was third. So by this we know ISKCON is where it is highest. ISKCON is now biggest in Asia, and next is in America, but it's also the number of temples which reported the score. So it's not all the reason. See. So now let us go. The Mayapur, we went to all Mayapur. Mayapur is always leading. By Mayapur has 10-15 buses and around 150-200 brahmacharis who sell books man to man at a proper rate. So very respectable Mayapur book distribution, and they are deserving to be always the number one. Silicon Valley, this is another amazing team in America. They do amazing book distribution. And all the people doing book distribution are like you. There are family people busy, not brahmachari. This is done by congregation book distribution. So I'm just saying 47,000 points is roughly like 25,000 Gitas distributed. So can't we distribute 25,000 Gitas together? We can do that. Okay, na? So we will be world number one. If it's 30,000 Gitas, if you do, you can compete with Mayapur. So now, if suppose 1,000 people take up to distribute 5,000 Gitas, where do you stand? You reach 10,000 points, you're world number 5. Are you ready to become world number 5? It will be there on the chart. Every temple will discuss. Gita 18 Mangalore is doing now 10,000 points. Can you see that or not? 9,000. You can always beat that by distributing 5,000 Gitas. How do you distribute 5,000 Gitas? 1,000 sets should go out every month. So I'm just saying, take one small service to distribute one set a month, and my request is sell it. Don't give it free. So there is no expenditure for it. And there is immediate spiritual development. We can, so this is what we wanted to do. This is a point system, and I'll explain it later. Bhagavad Gita is 2 points. Okay, simple. So let us focus on Gita. It includes other books also. And then it goes by individuals. The top individual, the highest were done by somebody in America, Atlanta. He distributed effectively 6,000 Gitas. One person. Ask him how did he do that. This is Parameshwar Das, again America, distributed 4,500. I'm just dividing by 2. Okay, Mayapur, one brahmachari has distributed 3,000 Gitas. That is, they are going house to in the bus party. Okay, so this is fantastic. So I think distributing 5 Gitas, where do you stand? Correct, you see how where you are less. You will reach how much point? You're not in the first 10 anyway. First 100, you're not there. To reach first 100, you have to distribute 100 Gitas a month. You will be in top 100 in the world. You got to reach that, your name will be there. Okay. Top temples. Can you see that? Mayapur, Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, Atlanta. You know, the temples are there. Okay, na? So I told you, in the top temples, we can be there. And we can even, okay, so many opportunities are there. Okay. Yeah. This is so many ways it is explained. Okay. Sometimes you can yourself read it, please. World Sankirtan newsletter is gone. So you get all the things. And we can also submit our scores, provided all of us are together, we do this. Now we come in a small temple. Small temple is 6 to 20 devotees. So I think we can easily, if we do it in that category, we will be in the first very, very high number. Taken up? First 5 we will reach very easily. Okay. Ready? Is it interesting? We can have separate meeting. How did you distribute books? You know, you can go to company on the day of the salary and you can just reach there and put a table. And if you know the boss, you know, they can take books. Or sometimes some company, they can just write in the register, it debited from their mess bill. So many ways are there. Think about ways, unlimited ways are there. Okay. Okay, I leave now. Hare Krishna. There is one website also dedicated to book distribution. If you want inspiration, ISKCON has a website. Devotees have made a website called ISKCON Book Distribution. Can you see this? You read there. Correct here. So it talks about a lot of things about, it's a central website of ISKCON. It talks about different stories of book distribution and how different devotees are devising techniques. Okay, and you can read various quotes, various images, galleries, audios, videos, and scores. So you can read there and you get an idea. Okay. So they have also the Sankirtana newsletters. Okay, done. Thank you. So 1,000 study circles, 1,000 books, 1,000 people in Mangalarti, at least achieve that. And 1,000 people in the Yatra, the fourth day. Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna Mataji, Darshana Kante.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. If I want to order 10 books ka set. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mumbai, you got the reservation till now?
No, I'm no sir. We will trying in this week.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to ask about if I'm ordering 10 books ka set. Is it possible to give me 5 books English and 3 books Hindi and 2 books in Marathi? Is it possible?
Just write to me, Mataji. You can calculate from there only. You write to me, I'll make a set. Take you write to me what
I have written mail day before yesterday, Prabhuji. But and also one thing I wanted to ask, that advertisement in Marathi newspaper. See, for our 18 days.
Mataji, I know that when you wrote to me, that's the standard rates. But you know, ask them something else. Write an article.
Okay.
Article. See what happens. Putting an ad becomes controversial because in some other city I'm putting an ad when I'm not in charge. Correct? It's their audience. Online has no control. You can go anywhere. But physically you're doing ad is not an article they can put up. You tell them an article. You say, I'll pay you money, but put an article. Paid article it is called. Why don't you put an article? Don't put an they will do. An article people regularly read. Ads people do ads. Okay. Ask them.
Okay. Right.
When they will put an article, when you do 100 million, tell them. We already enough. We have reached.
Yeah.
We deserve an article. What kind of newspaper is that? You write to me, I'll give you all the other newspapers which have put an article, so you can show them.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Ayushi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhammat Pranam. Prabhuji, my question is, like, if I have sold a book to the person and the person is not taking so seriously reading that book, so will that have effect on me if I have sold it?
No. Sold means he has given you price at least. That means why will somebody give money and not value it? Because he has given his hard-earned money, no?
Because many people take, but after taking they think that, okay, I will read, but they don't read it. They keep here and there.
That is separate thing. You can go inspire them, meet them sometime, encourage them. Sometimes you can do that, no? When you meet them.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, so everybody's ready? We will have 1,000, one more 5,000. 1,000 Sankirtana book distributors. Okay? Good idea? It's possible. So register as Sankirtana distributor, book distributor. Distribute books. Small thing and sell it. Yeah, Dharmesh ji, Hare Krishna. You have to sell, Dharmesh ji to...
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, 10 से ज्यादा बुक अगर मंगवानी है तो उसमें वेबसाइट पे मल्टीपल ऑर्डर करना पड़ता है. Even some people from...
मेरे को मेल लिख दो, मैं कर देगा. आपको थोड़ा ट्रांसपोर्ट में थोड़ा और पैसा बच जाएगा. ठीक है?
अच्छा. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.